down here while things are, we're getting ready to get Mr. Coleman here on. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is going to be good. Stick around for this, too. You got a black flag courtesy that was thrown to help out the 715 team. And we got a car, the 669. I think we saw it coming in the pits. It was meatballed for dragging exhaust, most likely. We saw that. Let's see who that is. That is, yeah, that's the Cannonball Club Racing. I thought we'd seen them seen that number before. So they got flagged in for dragging exhaust. That's like the second or third time I've seen that today. So, and I didn't know this track was really, you know, I know when I think broken exhaust, I think Sebring. I don't think of it as Road Atlanta this off. Anyway, I'm rambling. Who do we have here?
We have the birthday boy,
right.
Our treasurer on the board, Mr. Mike Coleman. How you doing,
right.
sir?
Just great. Well, it'd be greater if we were still out there running, but it was a good day. Everybody got to drive. The car was good until we lost third gear, and then changed a rotor. Not a rotor, a caliper, and then changed a bearing. But
so it's been a little bit of an eventful day for you.
It's been an adventure, yeah. But you need those on your birthday, right?
Well, it makes it more memorable, right?
It does.
It does. So, big 8-0, huh?
Yes, isn't this a great sport?
It is.
You interview a kid that's 14 years old, and 66 years added on to that, you get me.
But it shows just that you can do this, you know, as long as you're healthy, good to go. You can do this at any age.
Yeah. I'm running out of excuses. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that.
So it sounds like it was a good day for you guys. Not the ending that you wanted, but I mean, you guys have, you know, you showed good strength at Sebring. You guys were pretty good here. I mean, it sounds like your program's just coming together a little bit at a time.
The car is strong. If we can keep it together, little things, just things that you can't prep, you can't predict. I mean, suppose you could change every part before every race, but that's not quite in the budget.
And it doesn't always work either.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Ran into that when I was racing with premium dudes. Nathan changes the master cylinder because it's original. Whatever. It's really old. 1986 BMW E30. That goes bad. When we get to the racetrack, we end up putting the old one back in to finish the race, get second place, and then end up winning the next day. Thank you.
Well, and it happens at every level. A couple of weeks ago with the Rolex, they roll out there and they roll off the grid, and there's one car just sitting there because they couldn't get it started.
Well, and then, I mean, we saw the start. How many cars did they tear up in turn one on a 24-hour race? Quite a few cars, and it cost some good cars a good day, and then they spent more time playing catch-up.
Yep, absolutely.
It's just
I don't know what to do. I guess make sure that the parts that you get are really high quality and you've tested them. Whatever Formula One guys do, they kind of seem to have it figured out. But I always think about Formula One because if they're going to break down, I mean, come on, the rest of us are going to have breakdowns too.
But those are the days that you learn to cherish and you learn to take advantage of it, because that's how you find out how deep your team can dive and dig down to make the most out of it, and that's when you push yourself to that limit. The good days are great, but can you fall down early and climb back up, and then if it stays together,
this isn't going to be a rocky thing, is
absolutely
it?
We got stairs out there.
It's not how bad you get hit, it's how you can get hit and get back up again.
Well, how many times have we seen that with Rockwell? They didn't start out, they didn't have the greatest day to start, and they climbed the stairs. The Rocky music started, and now they're running second.
I think it did.
It did. And they're not the only one. There's other. I mean, Running Bulls has had a decent day. The John Allen Specials kind of had to play comeback, but that's the name of the game in endurance racing. So, all right. So I'm assuming next race for you, Daytona, home.
I'm going to G2.
Okay.
In 3 weeks. Yeah. Not my car. I'm going to go with some people down there.
Okay. You excited for that one?
Yeah.
You're going to drive. I take it. You're going to drive.
Yeah, I have two daughters that live in Dallas.
Okay.
So
I mean, you're going to be racing at
I'll be racing at G2. Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, with Jay Johnson's team.
Nice.
And then I might pick up a ride at Dominion, and then we'll be at Daytona, Watkins Glen, Lime Rock, Thompson, maybe Pocono, and then back to Sebring and Coda.
Okay. So now, along with your birthday, we talked over the off season. You're getting close to tying, and it sounds like with the amount of races you're going to do, you may be surpassing a certain Justin Andrus for most starts in Champ Car.
I have to look at the list again, but I think I'm within one or two. This is my 100th Champ Car weekend.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So are the chances of it being at Dominion or Daytona potentially for the 100th race, or maybe Watkins Glen?
Well, this is the 100th weekend. So
100th weekend.
So
Okay.
it's well over 150 races, and it will probably be Dominion or Daytona.
Dominion or Daytona.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the final count, you'll have to let us know, because then we'll get you up here to talk about it, and we'll have to, maybe we can make it like a decal made up on the car.
Maybe we can get Justin to show up and drive.
Hey, you know what? If he's listening, might get him out there. Maybe get you guys teamed together.
I've offered him a seat.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, so we don't want to hold you up. We know you've had a very busy day. So on behalf of everybody from ChampCar.Live and Champ Car and all your friends here in the garage, happy birthday, my friend.
Well, thank you. Thank you. This is
So absolutely go ahead and open that up there.
very nice.
Yeah, there were some
hold
people in ChampCar.Live that pulled out stops in just the last few days to put this together.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
So we told when this came about, Jackie helped with that, and a lot of people jumped in for it. But Jackie had a contact down here in Atlanta that she helped out, and a bunch of us pitched in and pulled some of the artwork and stuff like that. And we were trying to think of something fun, and I'm like, you know what? I'm rolling with the Senator. So I put it on the shirt, wanted to throw it out there. I figured a patriotic, especially with your former military service and just the story that goes with it. Thought you might appreciate that. And then there's a couple more goodies in here for you we want you to check out.
And Michael, if those shirts are, I think we ended up, because of the time crunch, we ended up with extra larges. So we'll happy to get you a medium or whatever you want.
Well, I wear medium chubette usually, but extra large fits too.
Okay, it's up to you.
We figured
we're
a
happy
little
to get you the smaller one.
We figured a little bigger just in case it shrunk in the wash or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or I grow back into it.
It's your call, bud.
Nice. Very, very nice.
And then there's also a card in there, everybody on staff.
Thank you so much.
Not
Absolutely.
a problem.
Well, we're excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, when I started at 67, I said, maybe I can get to 70. I got there and I said, maybe 75. Well, now we're at 80. And who knows?
Yeah. You know, 85?
How old did Paul Newman make it to?
I don't know. I don't know if he made it that far.
I think between 80 and 85.
Yeah, he was 83, 84, 85.
He made his last Rolex start in 2005 in the prototype. I think he was 80 years old that year.
I know he was driving at 79 because he had, he was really into Lime Rock. He had a car out there. And I remember I saw him in an interview talk about it. So he would change the car number to his age, if you remember that or not.
Right, I do.
Okay. So
I believe he is the oldest Champ Car driver. So you got another record, Mike. He was the youngest, 14. So
14.
66.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of cool.
I don't think we've gone younger than 14.
We
had a very young one at Coda one year, but I don't think he was younger than that. So it's probably the youngest and the oldest in the same weekend.
Yep.
Same race?
Same race.
Back-to-back interviews.
Yep.
Same show.
You guys make history.
How about that?
We're trying.
Well, you're a big part of it.
Well, we appreciate everything.
There wouldn't be this.
We appreciate everything you do and just how supportive of the series you've been. I mean, you and Lori going to all the races that you do. We really appreciate it. Yeah. You guys always treat us like gold, but thank you for stepping up and being on the board and taking care of us and just being a cheerleader for this series. We really appreciate it.
Well, I love to do it, and it's so much fun. It's brought a lot to my life, and there's so many people out there that I'm sure feel the same way.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, so you guys headed back to good old sunny Florida tomorrow? And
Tomorrow morning, got to get home in time for the Super Bowl.
there you go.
Our New England Patriots are in it again.
No, you got to be excited for that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because you guys are from Massachusetts, right, originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Plymouth area.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we'll let you get out of here.
Thank
and go
you very
relax
much.
And celebrate Mike.
Thanks for coming up here. I know it was
Yeah.
hard because you had a rough weekend, but thanks for coming up anyway, so we could.
Thank you.
So we could be with you.
Always a pleasure.
Anytime. You know
And
you're
you
always
guys,
welcome.
you guys have the best view in the house.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The weather's good up here too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not raining,
is.
so we're good.
and it's getting cold outside, in case you haven't.
I'm
yeah.
about to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
Mike. You guys
Michael.
have a good one. Safe trip
care.
home.
Bye.
With that, we're going to take a quick commercial break and be back in just a few. You're watching Champ Car Live, presented by AutoZone. It is the Parts Badger 14-hour Enduro at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Jamie's on edge. It's her first time changing her own oil. But she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helps her find a deal on what she needs to get the job done right.
In the zone, AutoZone.
At Parts Badger, we're not your typical machine shop. When a market-leading mountain bike manufacturer was looking to reshore their hardware components, they turned to Parts Badger. Within weeks, we had deployed a dedicated manufacturing cell, ramped up production, and had guaranteed capacity to meet their demand. We're looking to be your manufacturing partner. See what we can do for you and your company at PartsBadger.com.
Want to get started streaming your races? Or make your current live stream more captivating? We've helped hundreds of drivers create engaging live streams. It's simple. Create a new stream event, grab your camera, and start streaming. Head over to myraces.live to sign up for a free account. Or join us in our community Discord. Stream, share, engage.
Dave's Twitch is bad. That's because his wipers need replacing. But he went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner guides him to the right wipers and makes sure everything is working smoothly.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. With our unmatched selection of branded products, finding what fits your vehicle and is right for you and how and where you drive has never been easier. Through helpful online shopping tools that include our professional hands-on reviews done at the introduction of a tire and consumer reviews that give real-world feedback over the life of the tire, you can make the right tire choice and find exactly what you need. And if you prefer to talk to someone, our tire testers, our sales team, are available on the phone. And that's how we get you the right tire for you and your vehicle for where and how you drive.
Whew, George is fed up. And so is Junior. They weren't planning on having to replace their brakes today. But they went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Renee, helps them find a great deal on Duralast Gold pads and rotors. No headaches, just the right parts, and friendly service.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The Jimenez family are having battery issues. But a friendly AutoZoner tests their battery and helps them find the right Duralast battery to get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to ChampCar.Live, presented by AutoZone with the Less is More cam. Paul Veltum, Les Epps, and Kyle Lockrow bringing you all the racing action here live on ChampCar.Live from Road Atlanta. That's right, finishing up the final 2 hours of this drama as it continues to unfold before our very eyes. It's been an amazing day. As we head into the evening here, we've seen a pretty significant change up at the front of the pack today as this race has worn on, and that's really a great way to put it, as the race has worn on. We've seen very early on, we had Parts Badger snap up into the lead and do their typical thing at the beginning of the race. They rush up to the front and they're just crushing it. And then we saw the Corvette of Eddie Vedder beginning to reel them in and catch up with them. And then they broke. Parts Badger begins to fade back. RVA Graphics and Wraps is right there. Both those cars in the top 10 early, and then they take over the lead of the race. And it becomes this ballet between RVA Graphics and Wraps, Soggy Bottom Boys, and even Tater Garage. And as the race continued to progress, we saw Rockwell Autosport Development also coming into the fray, just crushing lap times. Unbelievable, still doing it. They just turned in a 142, their fastest lap time a 139, and staying very tight and close to their fastest lap times of the day. And it was only a matter of time, folks. They have overtaken, for the lead of the race, RVA Graphics and Wraps, the lead car, the car that dominated the majority of the race today, apparently broke and has fallen way back. Their sister car has slipped into fourth place, and Soggy Bottom Boys is right there in second place with Tater Garage in third, RVA down in fourth, Bulldog Racing in fifth. So it's just been a really interesting attrition, makeup, just a lot of ballet and dancing up at the front, and things have changed quite a bit. We see Calvin Ball Motorsports still managing to hang on to sixth place with that car that we all have concerns about with the way they're having to drive that. Obviously, a wounded soldier with that fourth gear causing them trouble. They're having to just leave it in gear and drive it around the racetrack so that they can keep that car going. So far, it's been holding up for them. So far, this has been working, and so they're staying after it.
Their last lap time was a 1:45.27.
That's fantastic.
I mean, sometimes, they're right on pace with the leaders. 45.2, 46.99, 49.36. That might be a little bit of lap traffic. 44.97 for Tater, 45.07 for Soggy Bottom, 43.36 for Rockwell. They're right there. They're 6 seconds faster than they're 6 seconds faster than Running Bulls.
That was 1 second slower than Running Bulls' fastest lap time of 1:44.
Yep.
I mean, they're really doing well with this thing, just hanging it in 4th gear and driving around the racetrack.
Yeah. I mean, this is an absolute just yeoman's effort by these guys. The fact that they're just staying after it. And I know we're joking about the motor, but guys, whoever built your motor or whatever they did, you need to buy him or her whatever they desire after that, because they have built you a strong piece. The fact that you can zing that thing up as much as you can and keep ringing it, it just shows how durable and how much you trust that piece. So that just speaks volumes.
So On Second Thought has pitted in their car. This is their 8th pit stop. And that lines up with 45th Parallel, who's just ahead of them with their 8th pit stop. So some of these teams, I mean, the folks at the very front are 7 pit stops in. Soggy at 6, Tater at 7. So, sometimes it's the pit stops that catch up with you. Having to make those extra pit stops, whether it's to take fuel or whatever it is, it's not necessarily the lap times. On Second Thought, their fastest lap time's a 1:40. That's a fast race car. Sometimes it's just that extra pit stop that puts the hurt from you being from 10th to maybe 4th or 3rd. So, but that's where On Second Thought, that's where they're at right now. Turning Concepts is right there. They're, I guess, 4 minutes and 46 seconds, but I don't know how they have that registered in there. But they're in 11th place. John Allen Specials behind them in the number 80. So this is the car that Les drove today. Average Joe's is behind them in 13th. And then it's Team Infinity right there in the number 19 car in 14th. And then Rockwell Autosport Development in the 715 car is 15th, while their sister car, the number 12, of course they got, 4 cars here this weekend?
4 cars here.
Their number 12 car is leading the race by 18 seconds, though. Just 18 seconds.
And behind that, 15 seconds behind Soggy Bottom Boys, is Tater Racing. One slip, and we got a 3-way fight for the lead. We do, but it's going to be, there's no room for margin with an hour 50 to go.
They're on the same lap.
Yeah.
These guys at the front, the 3 of them are on the same lap. They're very close together. There's not even a half a lap between them.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Rockwell pitting 30 minutes ago. They're still going to have to do one more pit stop. And just like everybody else, just like Soggy Bottom Boys and Tater Racing and RVA, and then RVA Graphics is in the pits. The 311 car is in the pits. So we'll have to see.
Here comes our leader.
Now the question is, will this be the final pit stop? Because that's a long way to go on fuel. And if you're running really, really fast lap times, can you? Because it looked like they were. I wonder if they're short pitting to try to go ahead and just take it to the finish. There's your 4th place car right there, folks. All right, let's keep an eye on this here. We know we're waiting on to see if Les can get down there and take a look at it.
His camera looks to be offline. But, yeah, it looks like I think we got him on this camera, though.
Looks like business as usual. They're fueling the car. See the driver getting in. Other driver just got out. Not seeing any other urgency other than just the fuel. We'll have to see once the fueling is done if there's anything.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate
to hear from
that.
you.
And I like that from Bearskin Brad.
Yeah.
When you can't grind it to find it, you leave it and heave it. I like that. That's a good one.
It's great.
Kelly, if you're listening, we got another Kellyism for you. You might have to get a patent on.
I got to take a picture of that. Send it to Kelly. There we go. I got it.
So it looks like, just continuing to put fuel in it.
We are green out here.
Oh, there we go. Looks like that might be the end there. That was the 3rd can.
So they had to do this under green, which is not what they wanted. Is there
see
a problem?
No, what he was doing is he was standing on the back. He was trying to get it to level out in the fuel cell, and I think to get it to, just to try to get it to level out, to get it out of the
the neck.
Yep, the neck. Because how many times have we seen this where you start spilling fuel, and then you got a bigger problem, and then
you're get flagged in.
Yep, exactly.
They cannot afford a mistake on this. This has to be right. One miscue and they get flagged in and they've lost the win.
Yeah.
So they have to get everything right. Each one of these teams has to have that. RVA slips to 4th place. Rockwell recaptures the lead.
So looking,
Rockwell already had the lead.
Rockwell had the lead.
So, excuse me.
So, and then Soggy Bottom Boys continue to run 2nd, and then Tater is still in 3rd. RVA was in 4th, about a lap behind those guys. So now we're going to have 3 cars on the lead lap, but the 311 car will have a full load of fuel, and they've had an opportunity to kind of cool the tires off. So we'll have to see, and we'll have to find out if they're willing to tell us who the final driver is, because knowing them, it's probably a pretty good shoe. And we'll have to see what the lap times look like when they get back out there and cycle around. Back on, but here's the 4 car, one of the Tooth Auto Sport cars. Cameron behind the wheel, working through turn 5, using a bit of curb there. Look real smooth. Claire was, when she was in the booth with us, there went Tater. That's your 3rd place car, Tater Racing. So Claire was just saying how they're not giving up on the Honda, but they want to get through some of the growing pains with the transmissions and some of that stuff before they bring that car back out. So they wanted to try something a little different, and now they're able to use these Miatas that Tooth had at their disposal. And they've had a pretty good showing today. I mean, that 4 car's 9th in the A class, 38th in the overall. Pretty solid day for those guys. And the sister car, the 70 car, is in the top 10 in A class, actually in 6th in A class and 23rd in the overall right now. So a really good day for Tooth. I mean, not exactly where they wanted, but I'd say for those guys with new pieces, definitely something to be proud of. I mean, look at the speed they're carrying through here, Paulie.
Yeah, some of these guys are right out on the curbing, and they're early into it, too.
And you can see, with the track cooling off, I'll guarantee they're carrying a little bit more speed through there as the tracks kind of come back to them as we've gotten into the nighttime hours. Because it just seems like they're hauling the mail up that hill. Another one of the open throttle cars. I think that was Faux 30. There's one of the Z's right there, and then a Miata chasing. That might be 45th parallel. There's the Shark. Never going to miss Ed's car with the fin.
Yeah.
And coming up over turn 3, you can see him. Yeah, and see how, I mean, there's light off to your left or just behind that, folks, but, I mean, you can just see how dark that is. It's more so closer to the sweeper headed to 4 than it is up over the hill. So you really kind of have to know where your car placement is, and then come down through these S's. You really got to make sure you've got those headlights pointed exactly where you need them. Thanks, Charles. We appreciate that very much. So, yeah, Jason, we would like to have those moving cameras, but that's a different level on there.
Amateur hour.
But yeah,
amateur hour. We don't need that.
Just let us paint a picture for you. It'll be just as good.
That's right. Close your eyes. We'll put it all together for you.
Close your eyes, picture race cars, and then we'll play the audio of Calvin Ball Motorsports BMW, and then you're golden. It's going to be NBC and Peacock worthy.
Heading down the backstretch here. That's how I go to sleep every night.
Yeah, my wife gets upset with me for a while because I would watch old races at night because it was calming for me and it would help me clear my head. But after a while, she's like, you got to stop watching races at night because I fall asleep at your races when you're driving. So it's like, okay. So I kind of had to do that. Next step is ESPN 8, the Ocho. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Kyle needs new shoes.
Down the front straightaway.
And at some point, Charles, we're going to have a squirrel on skis in the water. Maybe we could do it at Daytona on Lake Lloyd.
Squiggy.
Yep.
It's the water skiing squirrel. Whatever its name is.
Looks like HPT Autosport, Scott Robotham's guys in. Looks like they're up underneath the back end of the car. That might be...
The floor stands are going in, so they're going to be working on something back there.
Yeah, that might be a transmission issue or something in the rear end. Well, no, it's front-wheel drive, so, but maybe something in the rear end.
No, it's rear-wheel drive. It's a BMW, isn't it?
Honda.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, no, it's going up on all fours.
Tires are coming out of it.
Rut-row. That's not good for those guys.
Yeah, they wouldn't do a transmission in the pits. They would have to take it back behind the wall. But, nevertheless, looks like rear tires. So they might be working on a wheel bearing or brakes. But, yeah, the front's coming up, too.
Well, Camp was telling me, Camp Teague, we had him on the broadcast earlier today, he was telling me that they've been fighting some issues with brakes in this car, and Scott was saying they're going to try a little bit of a different combination before they go to Dominion next month. So I wonder if they were running out of something again, or maybe it was grip. Oh, looks like we got a car stalled to the left here. Is that the 671? That might be our F-Class leader, Paulie. That is.
Yeah, it is the 671.
Yep, the nice Autosport right there.
Stopped on the racetrack.
Oh, man, tough spot for those guys. Yep.
Going to caution now.
Now, they have a substantial lead over Trash Panda Racing. So, and Jason has said that those guys are done for the day because I think they blew a head gasket. So we'll have to see. It. Yeah,
if they have the lead, then if they're not going to. Trash Panda's not going to turn any laps.
We need to get clarification because the 227 is still on the racetrack.
Oh.
And their timing and scoring something keeps flickering with that car. So I would be curious to see and to talk to race control to find out where that 227 car actually fits, because something seems to be off with. Whoa, that was a little close. And that's why, folks, when you see stuff, you gotta slow down, because that was almost really, really bad. But I'd be interested to talk to race control to see where that 227 sits realistically.
Tyler says always, because Timothy's that pesky Miata. Yep, they're pesky.
Yeah, tough break for those guys. They're in 39th in the overall right now, leading the F-Class. Help is on the way, so hopefully they can get it in and get it towed, or get it towed in and get it checked, and maybe get back out there and finish. I know Brandon Corfel from the Team Tech got a hold of me and said that Cal's dad Bob was going to go in to finish as he was the fast time of day. Brandon just got a hold of me and said the differential blew out. Oh man, guys, so sorry to hear that. You guys were putting on a heck of a show. We'll have to get clarification to see what's going on. But we know at least over Trash Panda, there was a pretty substantial lead. So we know they couldn't catch them. The question will be is realistically, how far behind is Edmondson? So maybe on our next commercial break, I'll pop over and check out and find out, because if it's close, we ought to find out about that, because that could be a battle for an F-Class victory here tonight.
And we see more. There's another car stranded over here in turn 7. So this is coming out of 7, headed towards the backstretch. Another car stranded over there. And that's on second thought. The Toyota Supra.
That's the leading B-Class car, Paulie.
Yeah. Well, I believe it is, because it says slow moving, turn 7, car 342. So I'm kind of putting things together and saying that's who that is.
And if they fall down, guess who's in lead to possibly win B-Class now?
Well, I know it isn't me, because
John Allen Special.
Hey, all right. Well, that said, I brought the champagne.
Well,
let's not make it. We don't want to go to waste.
We don't want to do that. But just hang on. And they have a little bit of a gap. So all right. So for right now, let's take On Second Thought Racing temporarily out of the picture. Right now, John Allen Special has completed 336 laps. The next closest competitor is 11 laps back in Parts Badger. So there is a bit of a gap. It's not over yet, but there is going to come a point if On Second Thought Racing can't get back going. And again, this could be temporary. They could get it going. They might still be there. They do have a lap lead over John Allen Special, but we need to keep an eye on this, and actually both on the F-Class side. So this is going to get exciting, folks. So if you had tuned in earlier and you were checking in, just definitely check in. This isn't over yet. This is getting interesting, and we have a heck of a fight for the overall lead. We have 3 cars on the same lap up front, and they're all in the pits, Paulie. Rockwell's in the pits, Soggy Bottom's in the pits, and Tater's all in the pits. They're all taking advantage of this Code 35. Bulldog's in the pits as well.
Absolutely. This is the time to jump on it because you're not going to get a whole lot of gifts like this. We're coming down to the end of the race, and this is what you're going to want. You're going to want to get in now because this would be your final pit stop of the day. You get this done, and you should be good to the end.
But you can't make any mistakes on this pit stop. We talked about it with the 311 that was in the pits. Is they back in again? Or no, that's a different BMW. That may be Tater Racing right there, actually, that's in getting fueled.
Yeah, it looks like this is a fuel stop for them. So they're getting this done, and then that's going to be it.
You can't make any mistakes. You can't overfill the car. You can't forget to do something. Got to make sure you get the oil cap tight. All those little gremlins that can bite you at the end of the race. You want to make sure you got those on top there. Looks like Running Bulls is in as well. Trying to pull in to get some service. They're having to wait a second for that looked like one of the Miatas as we see Denise Motorsports getting pulled back into the pits.
Yeah, I wondered what was going on because I saw emergency vehicles going through turn 5, headed down track when the incident was over in turn 1. It's like, well, wait a minute. And then when I go to the logs, I see there's another car number in there.
This is going to get interesting to see how this plays out, and to find out where they cycle out under caution is going to be the real test.
Yeah, so the nice.
So it looks like we may have the Less is More cam back up and running. So Les is back in the action. So Les, if you get a chance, buddy, if you can hear it, there's the 593 car. Let's take a look. If you can talk to some of those top 3 teams, Rockwell, Soggy Bottom, or Tater, and kind of find out what we're looking at here, that'd be awesome, buddy.
Keep that tow rope taut. If there's any contribution that I can give to the sport, I just wanted that to be it.
Yeah.
I do remember this guy. Can't remember his name. Something about tow rope taunt.
Yeah.
Okay, so they came to a stop down there in the same spot at the base of the hill. They might be just letting some other competitors go by so they don't hold them up as they are funneling into the pits, like Kyle said.
Wonder also, too, with as busy as pit road is, that they're waiting for some of them to clear out.
Something, yeah. I don't know, but this is a critical pit stop. This is a big for them. You know, these guys have been racing for almost 13 hours, so this is a big deal.
You can hear the emotion of these guys trying to get these things going.
They're trying to get everything done.
Looks like they're trying to push Tater. Is Tater not
442?
Is he able to get it? Okay, he was able to get rolling on his own. They were trying to get around the BMW. I was worried there for a second that maybe he wasn't able to go, but I think the crew guy was just trying to push him a little bit so he didn't have to back up and lose any more time trying to work around the other car. It looks like one of the minis is in.
Yeah, and he sneaks it in there,
That
too.
may be the John Allen Special.
Could be.
And if so...
Here we got with the Less is More cam. Yeah, it is.
Yep, it is. That will, and if On Second Thought can't get back out there, if they're still stuck down there, which they are, this is going to hand John Allen Special the lead.
Yeah, this is going to be it for them. This is the perfect situation for them now, and it's a nightmare for On Second Thought, who held that position for so long today. and it's just a heartbreaker for that team. Oh no, you can hear me talking.
You can hear me talking too, yeah.
But yeah, that's what's going on now here, folks. Lots of drama happening, and a lot of it's happening in the pits. We're getting pushed back now. It's probably just a clear, and there's something below the front of the car.
Paulie, I'm mistaken. That's not HPD Autosport. That's the 34 car that was up there getting some service. That is... Or no, maybe that was Scott's team that's up there. That's the other Honda. They look very, very similar. So that's Flying Low Motors. I think, no? No, maybe that is Scott's team. That might be Scott's team.
All right.
might want to save me here before I bury myself even further.
There's the cars getting towed in there. We're back to caution. We are back to caution, which means momentarily they're going to take us back to green.
So they got On Second Thought Racing back on pit road. You can see the tow truck right there. All right, so here's how it, folks. If you're just tuning
back
in
to green,
and you're back here as we're back under green, Rockwell Autosport has taken the lead of this race. Soggy Bottom Boys is in second, Tater Racing in third, and RVA Graphics in fourth. RVA Graphics pitted about 10 to 12 minutes ago, early, with about an hour 50 to go, or about an hour 50, hour 45 to go. When the Code 35 came out for the 671 in turn 1 and your leading B-Class car over Alpha 7, this brought everybody else into the pits. So we're going to have to see where these guys cycle out when they come by the line next time. Rockwell hit the line just a little bit ago. We'll have to see where Soggy Bottom Boys. All right, so 24.8 seconds right now is the separation between the first two. Now let's see where Tater hits the line when they cross the scoring loop next time by.
And with that, we'll take another commercial break and be back in a few. We'll stay with Les in the Less is More cam in the pits. So much yet to come, folks. Stay with us. Only an hour and a half remains in this contest at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Jamie's on edge. It's her first time changing her own oil, but she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helps her find a deal on what she needs to get the job done right.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At Parts Badger, we're not your typical machine shop. When a market-leading mountain bike manufacturer was looking to reshore their hardware components, they turned to Parts Badger. Within weeks, we had deployed a dedicated manufacturing cell, ramped up production, and had guaranteed capacity to meet their demand. We're looking to be your manufacturing partner. See what we can do for you and your company at PartsBadger.com.
Want to get started streaming your races or make your current live stream more captivating? We've helped hundreds of drivers create engaging live streams. It's simple. Create a new stream event, grab your camera, and start streaming. Head over to myraces.live to sign up for a free account. Or join us in our community Discord. Stream, share, engage.
Dave's Twitch is back. That's because his wipers need replacing. But he went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner guides him to the right wipers and makes sure everything is working smoothly.
Get in the
Welcome to TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. With our unmatched selection of branded products, finding what fits your vehicle and is right for you and how and where you drive has never been easier. Through helpful online shopping tools that include our professional hands-on reviews done at the introduction of a tire and consumer reviews that give real-world feedback over the life of the tire, you can make the right tire choice and find exactly what you need. And if you prefer to talk to someone, our tire testers, our sales team, are available on the phone. And that's how we get you the right tire for you and your vehicle for where and how you drive.
Whew, George is fed up. And so is Junior. They weren't planning on having to replace their brakes today. But they went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Renee, helps them find a great deal on Duralast gold pads and rotors. No headaches, just the right parts, and friendly service.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The Jimenez family are having battery issues. But a friendly AutoZoner tests their battery and helps them find the right Duralast battery to get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And welcome back to ChampCar.Live, presented by AutoZone. Well, the pits is looking kind of bare right now. I think all the cars are back on the racetrack, trying to make the most of it. And as that commercial break was finishing up, we're still looking at everything here. Kyle, you were looking at numbers, and oh no, now we've just got something coming in on the car number 80, coming in on the logs along with car 254. And I don't even see that on my sheet, who's 254, but information coming in on the race control logs for car number 80. Oh, it's no flag, so it must not be too serious. Boy, they might have just gotten lucky on this one. Looks like there was something that happened in turn 7, no flag. So it might have been contact maybe, and it was deemed a racing incident. I don't know. Yeah, side-to-side contact.
I don't think we have a 250.
Racing incident. Well, sometimes they get the number typed in wrong. But it looks like everything might be okay for car number 80. So for you that are John Allen special fans, it looks like you avoided the Noid, as used to say back in the 80s.
Well, now that we're back here, we'll give you an update on the top 3 here in just a second. But John Allen Special has now taken the lead of B class as we speak, and I still need to run next door and find out about Edmondson to get clarification on the 227 car. But they're up by about a lap over on Second Thought Racing. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then Team Infinity, we just were on board with them. Ed and the guys still continue to lead D-Class. So in top 15, I mean, these guys have had a strong run today. All right, so let's get you updated on the top 3 here. We have 3 cars with less than an hour and a half to go. We have 3 cars on the lead lap. Rockwell Autosport leads this race, completing 358 laps. Their last lap was a 142.97. Previously, they'd run a 141 before that. Right now, they're separated. They've separated themselves from Soggy Bottom Boys by about 26.324 seconds. And last lap by, Soggy Bottom Boys ran a 43.86. And Tater Racing just hit the line. We'll have to check it again here. And the time came down for Rockwell last lap. It was a 1:43.63.
They're trying to get Les to jump in the car. And they need an anchor, he said. He's like, I can do this.
Last lap for Tater was, and back from Soggy Bottom Boys, 25.5 seconds. Their last lap was a 46.90. So it's going to take a big effort here. We'll have to see. All right, the gap has grown a little bit. Last lap, as we said, for Rockwell is a 43.63, 44.54 for Soggy Bottom Boys. That's not going to get it done. They've got to find some speed in that race car. They got to find something. We've seen a 141 out of Rockwell, so I'm wondering if Rockwell has shown the car's got pace. I'm not sure. Usually, I think the trend with Rockwell is when Alex Rockwell is in a certain car, he finishes. So most likely, that's probably Alex in the car. He ran a 141. The question is he just dialing it back a little bit, knowing he can just run at bay and just keep them enough? Because right now they're both separated. I want to say it's by about less than 55 seconds. 27.2 from Rockwell to Soggy Bottom Boys, and then 26.2 back to Tater Racing in third. So those are your three cars on the lead lap. RVA in the 311 is 2 laps back from Tater in fourth, and Bulldog Racing in the 152 BMW has worked themselves up into the top 5. Calvin Ball Motorsports, those guys with that faulty fourth gear are still hanging on strong in 6th position. Last lap was a 48.05, so they're still laying down those 40-some second laps. And then Madwag Motorsports has worked themselves up into 7th. Running Bulls is up into 8th. Turning Concepts in 9th. And 45th Parallel is still in the top 10. John Allen Special has worked themselves up right outside the top 10. They're about 4 laps back. That's going to be a little bit of a stretch with about an hour 20 to go. But as we've seen, nothing is impossible at this point. There's still time to make up those allotted amount of laps.
So your standings are right now: Rockwell Autosport Development leads the race over Soggy Bottom Boys.
Check the log. 442, no flag, 4 off and continue.
4 off and continue.
They got a warning. They've got to watch that.
Taters already. We talked about. They cannot afford mistakes. Tater in 3rd, RVA in 4th, Bulldog in 5th. Calvin Ball in 6th, Madwag in 7th, Running Bulls is 8th, 9th it's Turning Concepts in the 717, and then it's 45th Parallel in 10th place.
All right, last lap, Soggy Bottom Boys dropped 3 seconds off there. Rockwell at a 48.28, Soggy Bottom with a 45.1. And then Tater even closed in a little bit. I know they had that 4 off there, so we'll have to see where it comes out next time by the line. But we'll have to see. Last lap by, it was 24.3 seconds, and they found a little bit of speed. They're down to a 43.21. That's faster than both the top 2 cars, Paulie.
Yeah. Well, that's how you do it. You cut the course. You might get warned, but you're going to be fast on that lap.
Yeah, but if you do it again, that little bit of advantage is going to turn into even something worse.
Did I do that?
Yeah. All right, so on Second Thought Racing, Paulie is still in the pits, so that gap has now grown to 3 laps, and they're slowly falling into the clutches of Parts Badger and Lateral Grip in about 6 to 7 laps. That could potentially knock them off the podium. So Lateral Grip Racing, who we really haven't talked about too much today, off and on, they may be positioning themselves, if On Second Thought cannot get back out there, they may get themselves onto the podium.
Yeah, Parts Badger's going to push hard all the way to the end. There's not going to be any let up. So they're going to push this thing all the way home.
Rockwell closed in, or lost a little bit more time, 45.64. Soggy Bottom Boys laid down a 43.24 last lap. The only thing, it's down to 21.6 seconds. We'll have to see how this plays out. The only thing you got to be concerned about is that 12 car playing possum a little bit, taking care of those tires, letting that 358 get right up to them, burn their stuff up, and then that 12 car takes off.
Yeah, these are chargeable ones.
Yeah, with an hour and 19 minutes left, I mean, that 21 seconds doesn't mean much.
No.
Now, if it was a minute and 21 seconds, that might mean something.
But one mistake by Rockwell, held up by 1 or 2 cars.
Yeah.
That Soggy Bottom Boys Nissan 350Z is going to be at the bumper. Folks, if you had people watching earlier and you were seeing what was going on, get a hold of them. If they're watching something, get a hold of them and tell them to tune back in to ChampCar.Live here. This is going to get exciting. We have 3 cars on the lead lap with almost an hour to go, separated, that have a shot to win the Parts Badger 14 Hours at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta.
Yeah, and Parts Badger, you know, they had some electrical issues. They had some gremlins that just set them back today. They just couldn't get that clean race that they needed out of this 14-hour.
Rockwell just ran a 46.06 last lap. We'll have to see where Soggy Bottom comes across the line. Waiting on it.
So Tater Garage just picks up a pit lane warning for that 4 off and continue, but they will have to keep their nose clean.
See Fawn Group in the pits. That should still be your leading EC car. Here's the check. Soggy Bottom boys came by the line. Not a big gain that time, but they still pulled a little bit more off there. A 44.7 last lap. It's down to 20.3 seconds, so they're slowly chopping off just a little bit more at a time.
Yeah, and I mean that's enough. You know, all they need to do. One thing is it's easier to catch somebody than it is to pass them. So, and it's going to be, man. If they catch them quickly here, it's going to be very difficult for that Porsche, unless they're holding something back to hold them off. You know, holding somebody off for an hour is going to be really difficult.
And Tater is keeping themselves in the fight. 45 flat last lap. They're only separated by 25.2 seconds to Soggy Bottom boys. So if they can continue to run 45s, 44s, stay right in that ballpark, if something happens, or let's say those leaders, those top 2 get held up in some traffic, because there's still groups of cars out there, guys, and with the lack of sight, if you are off just 1 iota, it's a game changer. So we'll have to see how this plays out. I mean, the top 3 cars are all within a couple seconds of each other. All right, Rockwell stepped it up. I have a feeling they're watching and paying attention to what's going on here. 40.2, the Boxster just put up. We'll have to see if Soggy Bottom, how they respond.
Yeah, I think, you know, when Soggy Bottom catches them, I think it's going to be tough because there's nothing that motivates you more than having them right there. When they're not there, when you can't see them, you know, you're going to find a little more pace when they get on your bumper. You see them in the rearview mirror, and the crew caller says, yeah, that's them. You know, this is 4th position. You need to stay ahead of them. That'll motivate you to get that little extra out of the car that you need. And you can bet that Soggy Bottom's probably giving it everything they can.
Oh, they're pushing the car, but I think they got held up here because they just ran a 48 flat. So there's 8 seconds right there. I have a feeling, and this is what I was thinking about earlier, was that 12 car was letting them play. It was playing possum, letting them catch them a little bit, got them within a little bit, let them get their stuff hot, and then I have a feeling Alex Rockwell probably took off.
Well, we see a 4 off and continue here. Obviously, they're pushing it harder than they have throughout the day, and they're trying to do it at night, which can be doubly difficult. So, you know, they've found the limit, this driver, of what they can do with the car, and this is all they've got. Now, so if we get a report of another 4 off as a result of that slowdown, you know, that's going to be really a problem for them.
But Rockwell's got to stay clean. Alex, even if he steps it up, he can't make any mistakes either.
No, yeah. I mean, if I'm Soggy Bottoms, it's like, look, I'm just going to lay down really good, strong laps, but I'm not. There's no hero move at this point. I'm just going to do the best I can, and hopefully I can reel them in here in the next, like someone said, in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta stay within striking distance, because how many times did we see NCM, was it 2 years ago, Rockwell was poised to take the championship, and then within 30 minutes, I think it was about 30 minutes to go, all of a sudden they had an issue, and I think they burned up a fuel pump or something broke at NCM, and then it gave the victory and the national championship to Atlanta Speedworks.
Well, if Soggy Bottom got held up by a little bit of traffic, that happens to everybody. It's going to happen in an hour and 14 minutes to Rockwell too. You know, you're going to have some off laps. You're going to have some laps where there's a momentary caution that came out and things like that. So that can happen to anybody, and so it's going to all even out here.
So Tater Racing has closed in just a little bit more. They're down to 18.7 seconds on Soggy Bottom boys. Rockwell has backed it down to a 43.29. Now, that might have just been getting held up in traffic, but I have a feeling that 12 car's playing some games, folks.
And this is turn-in concepts being serviced right now. again, a key player in that top 10, turning concepts.
These guys have had a good day. They're sitting in 9th right now. They're in 8th in the overall. They've had a really, really strong run today.
Cone Crushers, if you're just tuning in, has retired. They put their car in the trailer. We didn't get a reason why on that.
So on Second Thought Racing is within about a lap of losing second place to Parts Badger, and then within 2 laps of Lateral Grip taking them over for third. So this will, within the next maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, on Second Thought Racing, and if they can't get back out there, are going to fall off the podium for B class. .42.8 last lap for Rockwell, 44.8 last time for, well, here we go, 42.7, separated by less than a tenth of a second, Paulie. So Soggy Bottom boys maintain the gap this time, just by hundredths of a second. We'll have to see what the response is from Tater on this. They had it down to 18 seconds. We have the top 3 cars, folks, within 48 seconds of each other.
Yeah, all on the same lap after all this time of racing.
All right, a 45.59 for Tater that time. Lost a little bit, probably due to some traffic, but everybody is still separated by just about 50 seconds.
Well, he's in his own brownie. I don't really like commandeer it, you know?
Commandeer his brownie.
This is getting interesting, folks.
Yeah, you know, we'll just see what happens here lap for lap as this thing winds down.
So after all the issues they had, I want to give a call to Average Joe's 2.0, Justin Garvin and crew. They're back up into 10th in C class and 12th in the overall. The only cars mixed in there, there's the A class leader and the B class leader, but Justin's guys, 27 spots on the day, 11 in C class. Heck of a recovery, last lap of 143.34. They're on the same lap as the John Allen Special, so they may move themselves up into the top 10 here very shortly. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of a gap. It's going to take a bit for them to catch 45th parallel, but they may get up to 11th. It's going to be interesting to watch.
I just don't know how he does it. I just don't know how you can have a car that breaks down, and yet he always seems to be able to get back up into the fight. Like, it's like some kind of mathematical magic. Like, I don't know how he does it.
His driving is a lot of it. He gets out there and he figures out how to get every ounce out of that race car, but he just he works traffic like I've never seen before. You and I were teamed with him when we drove together for John Fortney and Scott Forrester in at Mid-Ohio almost 5 years ago, and we were driving. I just drove the car. Scotty's car, the Racer X car at Mid-Ohio, and just remember how much he flew up there in that car. And we had to play come from behind that day as well on Sunday, and even a little bit on Saturday. And Justin's just tenacity just absolutely gets through it. But he's also got a good driver lineup to where his team has worked through that. He's consistently 2 laps in a row now, 42s, 43s. Just consistent. So I'm going to give a check up here. It's about 30 seconds difference, about 0.6 of a second last time by. Rockwell, though, just crossed the line. It's a 41.1. I'm telling you, that 12 car is just playing with these guys at this point. He runs a couple fast laps and then he backs off. I can tell you what I think he's doing is he runs a few fast laps and then I think he's cooling his stuff off. So when he was in the booth, he said it didn't make a difference with the tires and they were going to last and this, that, and the other. I think he's cooling his stuff off, running fast every once in a while, backs it down a little bit, cools it back off, and then goes again. So I think that's kind of the game that they're playing with the 12 car. We'll have to see, what Soggy Bottom boys can do. About the only thing at this point is they're probably just going to have to keep pushing as hard as they can. 43 flat last time by, 31.9 seconds, essentially just a touch under 32 second separation. But we still got over an hour to go, folks. This isn't over in 8 minutes. We still have an hour to go. They got to continue to do this, and we'll have to see how the fuel burn is too. Rockwell's pushing. Yeah, he may back off a little bit, but you got to wonder what that fuel burn is. And then do you have to back it down a little bit?
Yeah, because we've seen this before, and it's happened many times where they take it out right to the edge, and it doesn't pay off. It doesn't work.
Well, and another thing too,
regardless of how much experience they have,
how far can they push it on fuel? Because if they try to get it to the end, what happens when you run? What have we seen with them when you run those tanks dry?
Well, it's over for the Porsches.
Well, and you burn up that fuel pump.
Yeah.
Those the Nissan and the BMW might be a little more reliable there. So we'll have to see if Rockwell can get to the end of it with the pace that Alex. Again, I'm assuming Alex is in the car based on the fact that when he's in a car on a Champ Car weekend, the tradition is with that team he finishes. So I'm assuming that's probably Alex in the car.
Yeah, they just seem to be able to, Alex in that car, that Porsche, they seem to be able to hold these really fast lap times close to their fastest lap times. They seem to be able to keep hitting those numbers. But look at this last lap time out of Soggy Bottom. Their fastest lap time of the whole day is in 1:41.7. They just ran at 1:42.9.
Within a second, within 1.2 seconds of their best time of the day. I wonder if they're saving a little something. I mean, it's hard to do that, but if they can just, I wonder if that car's got a little bit more. Just Soggy Bottom. I wonder.
Why would you save anything? You should be at 110%, man. You better be reeling that dude in. You don't have time to be taking it easy. If anything, it's Rockwell. It's probably taking it a little bit easy.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm anybody, if I'm in second or third, I'm 110% in. I don't know how you could do anything less, because maybe RVA, they don't have a chance at catching these guys. Those guys, that's one where I would back off. But look, they just matched their fastest lap time of the day, RVA.
Just about within 400ths of a second. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
these cooler temperatures they've really fit the RVA car really well. I mean, they're right on top of their fastest lap time of the day.
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to track this.
138 to 143 for average Joes.
They're within 34.7 seconds of catching the John Allen Special, so Justin is absolutely wringing the neck out of that Miata.
It's been a while. Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a while. It was a whole last.
There's a lot up for grabs here.
Yeah, 45 flat last lap for Soggy Bottom boys. Separated by 34.1 seconds from Rockwell, and then we'll see where Tater pans out. Tater was a little bit faster last lap than Soggy Bottom.
Yeah, it would be great to be on a fly on the wall in some of these pit boxes, just to find out, like what's going on. And it's probably they're asking the same questions we are. Is this guy running soft? Is he running hard? Does he have anything left? Is he giving it all these? They're probably all asking the same questions, wondering the same thing, trying to decide what they're going to do. Clock is ticking. I mean, we got 1 hour and 5 minutes left. And yeah, there's almost nobody in the pits right now except for Les. We're going back to yellow, and it's the Bruku car over in turn 10. Kyle,
86 car. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll have to go down and see if we can see him what happened. Yep, looks
like he overshot the exit or the braking zone there. Put it in the pea gravel, which is really common. I kind of expected we'd see more of that today, actually, than we have. This one might be only the second one.
Well, let's see where they're going. They're dispatching from turn 10. I wonder if the car is...
Oh, no, yeah, they're leaving. These are the EVs that are leaving.
I wonder if he's up by the bridge.
Okay. Well, it says 10, but that doesn't mean much. It could be you're like you're saying, he's up at the bridge there. Let's see where we get. Yeah, he's up at 11. You're right. He's up at the 11. He's track left, it looks like, Kyle, and people are trying to get through there.
Right up by the barrier. Yeah. Definitely, guys, make sure you.
Nice. This is look at that steam coming out of there. Woo! Yummy, yummy. You guys are live right now, by the way. No, you guys are live right now.
Is that
They're enjoying the ride.
Yeah, Claire and Irwin.
Sound like those Southerners.
All right, so while we're waiting, Les is getting some great shots here. There's RPM Auto Works, a 55 car, EC car this weekend. Not the day those guys have won it, but a decent day. Seventh out of the 14 cars that started, so top half of the EC. So real quick, while we got a minute, let's run through this and give everybody an update who's just tuning in for the final hour. So Fawn Group Motorsports has a healthy 14-lap advantage over Yoda Sport in EC, Team Octane in third, Open Throttle Cherry in fourth, and Faux 30, another Open Throttle car, in fifth. Warriors in Motion a little bit back, still in sixth. All right, and then let's go in here. So right now your overall leader is Rockwell Autosport with just about an hour to go by about 40.6 seconds over Soggy Bottom Boys in their 2004 Nissan 350Z. And then from almost 45 seconds back of that is Tater Racing in the 442, their 1988 BMW. In fourth is 2 laps back of those guys. So we have 3 cars on the lead lap right now with an hour to go in this race. And then RVA Graphics is in fourth, and then Bulldog Racing is in fifth. Now that is your top 5 in C, along with the overall. Now Calvin Ball Motorsports is in sixth. That's also sixth in C and in the overall. Paulie, it looks like they got it cleared up. Looks like we may be going back yellow here and going green shortly.
Yep.
And then, all right, Madwag Motorsports, your leading A-Class car in seventh, Running Bulls in eighth.
Yep, back to green here, folks.
Turning Concepts in ninth, and 45th Parallel rounds out your top 10. The C-Class guys have 9 out of the top 10 spots, and then the John Allen Special, your leading B-Class car, is in 11th in the overall.
So to answer your question...
You guys buy Krispy Kreme donuts too? Heck yeah.
Oh, no.
Nice.
To answer your question on the...
Yeah, of course.
They're having a party down there already. Will it shrink the time, the gap to the leader? It might a little, but not as much as you would think on a typical caution where the field compresses. We don't really do that too much anymore. We're doing a lot of these purple 35s where everybody maintains station keeping. If you're familiar with Formula One, think virtual safety car. They're supposed to kind of stay where they're at and just run 35 mile an hour, but some guys go a little slower than that. Some take it out to the very edge, and so there is some creeping that's going on. It probably will change it a little bit. When the thing that really gets people burned up is when the caution comes out, that brief period when the caution comes off of purple 35 till the time it goes green. You got some guys not realizing they can pick up speed. You can run 75% speed, so you should be really going pretty good. And you got guys that still won't, and you're caught behind the guy, and you're racing for the lead or something, and you can't go faster because this guy ahead of you isn't, and you can't pass him yet.
It's frustrating as a driver. You're just sitting back there going, go, go, and the guy just, some people just, they see that yellow and they're like, I don't want to get in trouble, I don't get in trouble. But then you're like, you can still go, and then, you know, when that 35 comes out, then worry about getting down. But you can still carry a decent pace under that waving yellow.
Well, it's under the waving yellow, it's 50% speed.
Or under the...
But under the standing yellows, it's 75.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way that Chelsea always called it. So unless something changed in the drivers' meeting, you know.
All right, so it looks like the gap shrunk here. Let's take a look. Yep, so it's, all right, so 38.2 seconds right now from Rockwell to Soggy Bottom. So the last lap for Rockwell was a 49.2, but again, that was probably increasing depending on where they were on the track when they went green. But Soggy Bottom Boys was a 42.8, so they got about 7 seconds there. And then Tater Racing ran a 44.6. They're within 15 seconds of Soggy Bottom Boys. So right now, still got 53-second separation between the top three.
Yeah, and Parts Badger not giving up. They're just going to do the best they can here. A 4-off and continue for car 294, and that's Balthazar Motorsports.
Yep.
Motorworks, excuse me. Balthazar.
Long-standing Champ Car team and pretty regular competitor in the iRacing Champ Car series as well.
It looks like they've brought the car into the pits anyway. And Team Infinity just couldn't get all the. I mean, we had Ed up here. He said, "You know, we're just not really great at this racetrack." But
to still be running 14,
still doing well,
and to be leading the D class. Oh, a little bit of a catch right there. But I mean, they're still laying down decent times. And they've got a bit of a gap right now to Smoke and Horse. They don't have to and with being inside of an hour to go, they don't have to necessarily push it. If they wanted, they could even, you know, they could back the pace down even just a little more. Last lap was a 56.8, so they have some room to work with. But Rockwell leads this race by 35 seconds, folks. Stay with us. Less than an hour to go. This is going to get exciting. 3 cars on the lead lap. We'll be right back. Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Parts Badger 14 hours of Road Atlanta. Just hang with us. We'll be right back.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Jamie's on edge. It's her first time changing her own oil. But she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helps her find a deal on what she needs to get the job done right.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At Parts Badger, we're not your typical machine shop. When a market-leading mountain bike manufacturer was looking to reshore their hardware components, they turned to Parts Badger. Within weeks, we had deployed a dedicated manufacturing cell, ramped up production, and had guaranteed capacity to meet their demand. We're looking to be your manufacturing partner. See what we can do for you and your company at PartsBadger.com.
Want to get started streaming your races or make your current live stream more captivating? We've helped hundreds of drivers create engaging live streams. It's simple. Create a new stream event, grab your camera, and start streaming. Head over to myraces.live to sign up for a free account. or join us in our community Discord. Stream, share, engage.
Dave's Twitch is bad. That's because his wipers need replacing. But he went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner guides him to the right wipers and makes sure everything is working smoothly.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. With our unmatched selection of branded products, finding what fits your vehicle and is right for you and how and where you drive has never been easier. Through helpful online shopping tools that include our professional hands-on reviews done at the introduction of a tire and consumer reviews that give real-world feedback over the life of the tire, you can make the right tire choice and find exactly what you need. And if you prefer to talk to someone, our tire testers, our sales team, are available on the phone. And that's how we get you the right tire for you and your vehicle for where and how you drive.
Whew, George is fed up. And so is Junior. They weren't planning on having to replace their brakes today. But they went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Renee, helps them find a great deal on Duralast gold pads and rotors. No headaches, just the right parts, and friendly service.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The Jimenez family are having battery issues. But a friendly AutoZoner tests their battery and helps them find the right Duralast battery to get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Okay, welcome back everybody to ChampCar.Live, presented by AutoZone. We're still here. We're still here. It's not over yet. Less than an hour remains. And I don't expect to see anybody else coming in the pits unless something broke and fell off the car. They should be staying out there. They should have had that opportunity to stop and get everything done they needed to get done on that last, under that last caution. So, taking a look at the logs, nothing new has been entered. And it looks like we've got the same standings we had the last time before we left for commercial. So far we're at station keeping, and we'll just see what happens here. Rockwell Autosport Development leads this race over Soggy Bottom Boys, and then it's Tater Racing, RVA Graphics and Wraps, Bulldog Racing, Calvin Ball Motorsports, Madwag, Running Bulls, Turn-In Concepts in 9th, and 45th Parallel in 10th, and then there's Average Joe's right there in 11th place.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here. So last lap for Rockwell was a 41.58. 44 seconds for Soggy Bottom Boys, 43.88. So the lead has increased a little bit more.
And up the hill they go here. And still just slinging it up that hill.
You could hear somebody trying to get some traction with the track cooling off. You wonder if that grip is starting to go away. You could hear them, just that aggressive wheel spin.
Yeah, 44 seconds now. The drop for Soggy Bottom Boys. They've dropped 14 seconds since the last time I looked at it. 26 seconds from Tater up to Soggy Bottom. So, and they're not turning slow lap times.
No.
Soggy Bottom turned in a 1:43. That's pretty stout.
I mean, Soggy Bottom and Tater are separated by about 0.6 of a second, and then Rockwell just ran a 44.35 last time by the line. So let's see.
They're kind of matching their lap times out, so
they're all within about 2 seconds. And like I said, Rockwell, they'll run 1 or 2 laps in the 41s, and then they'll back it down. And I don't think it's traffic. I think they're intentionally backing it down. They'll run hard for a lap, note that to get out a little bit, and then they'll back off to cool the tires down and just to give the brakes a little bit of a break. I just what I'm seeing with the up and down, because it seems like if needed, Alex can pull the trigger and pull a 40 or 41 or a 42 anytime he wants.
I mean, it's nice when you have the ability to pull out those lap times, but you don't have to. I mean, it's right on the edge, and it's a little uncomfortable having to drive out there all the time. So if it's like, yes, I can squeeze this out if I really have to, but if I don't have to, great. Give me that 3 seconds back. I'll gladly ride right there in the sweet spot of what I'm comfortable with.
But on the side of Soggy Bottom Boys and Tater, it's frustrating as can be trying to chase that driver down because you know you're pushing it. You're trying to get as much out of it as you can. And then when you, just like, for example, right here, Soggy Bottom Boys just laid down a 42.95. Rockwell was a 44.35 last lap.
Man.
You know Rockwell's watching this religiously, so they'll call in, or Doug or somebody will call in and say, hey, they just hit the 42 mark, so Alex will probably turn the wick up again. So it's just, it's frustrating because...
Oh, and there's the 41. There was a high 42. It was basically a 43, but yeah, then they just cranked out a high 41. And so that gap is just, whether it's intentional or not, it's just kind of maintaining, or if anything, Soggy Bottom's dropping back a little bit.
And it's frustrating because you're trying to catch them. You're pushing as hard as you can, and then they just, you feel like you're catching a little bit, and then they just all of a sudden pull away. Like it's a mental game, and that's a lot of racing. But when you're behind the wheel of that car in the 358, I would hate to hear what he's saying on the radio right now. I can only imagine. Just knowing the frustration level of you're right there. And same for Tater, too. I mean, these guys came so close last year. I mean, this is a great recovery for these guys after the issues they had, but they're still running strong.
Yeah.
Now, I need to make a quick correction, folks. I've been calling something incorrectly for a chunk of the race, and I need to apologize to the Denice Autosport guys. I had been calling them as the leader because of what we were seeing in timing and scoring. That was incorrect. Edmondson Motorsports in the F-Class 227 is actually your leader. There was a glitch with a transponder. I clarified with race control. They got it rectified in the system, so there is a pretty substantial gap. Yes, Denice has been off the track for a period of time after the differential fell out, but Edmondson Motorsports is, in fact, your leader in the car.
Now, good job chasing that down, Kyle. Good work. And I don't know why I'm seeing it. Looks like, I don't know if the camera went, I think the camera went off in the Team Infinity car. That's the first time one of my cameras went down today. Make a note of that. But there's Parts Badger, and it looks like the hood's up again on Parts Badger, and they were just really sailing too today. You can hear the fuel pump, sounds like it's running.
Looks like they're trying to fire it back up, but yeah, tough break for those guys. So that will actually elevate Lateral Grip Racing up into second position right now. They're about 8-9 laps behind the John Allen Special. So that's going to change it up. Now it looks like, because on second thoughts out, if Parts Badger can at least get out, they should hold on to third with less than 45 minutes to go. On second thought, Racing looks like they're done. We haven't seen them come out of the pits. So if Parts Badger can just continue to hang on, they should be okay. Yes, they're going to lose spots in the running order, but it doesn't look like anybody in B class is going to come close. The other car close back to that is Buzzing Hornets, but they're they're 50 laps behind. So with the time we have left, it's not close enough to make a charge. So they should have a lock on third place at least as of right now, but that could change if on second thought gets back out there.
So Rockwell leads the race over Soggy Bottom Boys, Tater Racing in third, RVA Graphics in fourth, and Bulldog Racing in fifth. And we'll go ahead and sling through the different classes here, Kyle. And maybe if we can go ahead and give them an update on EC.
On second thought, it's just closed their trailer door.
Okay.
So they are done for the night. So with that should unofficially, we'll have to get clarification, that should give Parts Badger a lock on at least third on the podium. Now, lateral grip has to stay where they're running, and if Parts Badger can get back running, we could see them going. It looks like Parts Badger did get back on track temporarily, so we'll have to see here where we're at, so we'll keep an eye on it. All right, so let's pay off the classes here. We'll start with our overall leader, Rockwell Autosport, 45-second lead over Soggy Bottom Boys, and we got a yellow flag. We got a caution on the racetrack.
I'll watch for that.
All right, Soggy Bottom Boys in second, and then Tater Racing is in third. We're waiting to get the official gap from Soggy Bottom back to Tater because the top three cars, 29.4 seconds. So the top three cars are still on the same lap, working lap 381. RVA Graphics in the 311 car is in fourth. Bulldog Racing rounds out your top five.
45th parallel is stopped on the racetrack and stranded. That's the reason for the caution. We're now 35.
That's your 9th place car in C class and your 10th place in the overall. One lap up on Average Joe's. Unbelievable, Paulie. Average Joe's, if they can surpass 45th parallel, may come out of here with a top 10 finish in the overall. That is quite a recovery for Justin's team.
That's crazy. Just staying after it.
But that's the name of the game, folks, in Champ Car. If you stay after it and you continue to push and you work through those issues, that's what makes the difference. All right, so 6th place right now, your A-class leader, Madwag Motorsports. 7th is Running Bulls Racing. Great job today for those guys. 22 spots on the day, 8 in the C-class. Nice job for Michael Bulls, Andrew Sides, and their other co-drivers. Excellent job. Greg Platt and the guys from Turning Concepts up to the 8th position in C-Class right now. Calvin Ball Motorsports is in the pits right now as well, and 45th Parallel is getting ready to get towed in. So the top, this could also change it too. Average Joe's may pick up a couple more spots as well because it looks like turn-ins in the pits. Not sure if this is just a standard stop. Same with Calvin Ball, but at least Average Joe's is going to pick up one more spot. So that rounds out your top 10. C-Class as a whole on 9 of the top 10 spots in the overall. All right, let's take a look at your A-Class here. Madwag leads over Stupid Fast Racing. Unreal. These guys have been hanging on all day. They're not. Madwag has a pretty substantial lead at about 18 laps, but great recovery for these guys. And Williams Racing Group, we talked to Dave Elkin a little earlier in the day. They're only 1 lap back of Stupid Fast Racing, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. There's still time, and Late to Apex isn't far out of that fight either in 4th. All right, let's cycle through and check in our B class. John Allen Special, Les and the guys are still hanging on to a pretty healthy lead here, and it's continuing to grow a little bit over Lateral Grip Racing. Parts Badger, we talked about, should have a lock on the 3rd position in the class right now. They're back out and running, so if they can at least salvage and turn a few laps, they should be all right. And then on Second Thought Racing, we just heard they're done. Trailers closed, they're loaded up, headed to the house, and then Buzzing Hornets, the 83 car, rounds out your B class top 5. We talked about your C class. Now let's talk about the D guys. Team Infinity is on pace right now. They have a pretty good lead. They should, unofficially, if everything continues to work out, should be your D-Class winner tonight. But 39 minutes to go, still a lot of time. Smoking Horse Racing in 2nd, Broken 60 Seconds in 3rd. Again, big storyline of the day. Eddie Vedder, number 1 plate, yellow plate. Traditionally, the 91 car, if you're looking for it, they have the number 1 plate. They won the championship last year at VIR. Blew up very early in this race. The 3-peat went away very quickly. And then let's do a check on the EC guys. Fawn Group Motorsports is up by 16 laps over Yoda Sport 2. So pretty much unofficially, unless something happens, Fawn Group Motorsports is going to lock up an EC victory here today. Yoda Sport 2 in second. Team Octane, Alain, and the guys from Canada, nice job for them on the podium. And then Mike Gorman's guys with Cherry and Faux 30 round out your EC top 5.
Yeah, Bearskin saying, how do I approach these teams displaying my eagerness to just clean a window or torque a lug nut? You can, I would say, get on the Champ Car forum if you're serious about getting involved, and it sounds like you are. There's a connect teams and drivers and crew thread there, so you can get on board with some teams that want some help, and you're going to find that. Guaranteed, you're going to find that. So go to ChampCar.org, look at the forum, and then just hunt through the main threads, and you'll find there's one there for connecting teams and drivers. Yeah.
So we're still waiting on the car to get towed away here. Looks like the flatbed should be leaving the scene of the crime.
Yep, and we're in the pits with Les there. He's keeping an eye on pit road. Of course, it's a little lonely down there because, everybody's on the racetrack. They're trying to do their best out here, so they're trying to. This is when you want to have your car out there.
All right, want to give a quick shout out real quick. Skid Mark Racing in the 44 car, another Nissan 350Z, 47 spots on the day and 20 spots in the C-Class overall. Great run for those guys. Good point. Thanks for bringing that up, Hubstein. Fawn Group Motorsports is also a Canadian-based team, so looks like there may be some EC hardware headed back to Canada here at the end of tonight.
There's Turnin Concepts leaving their sister car heading out.
All right, so a little bit farther back, good run for Flying Low Motorsports, 27 spots on the day, 8 in the overall. Brick City Racing, solid day for those guys in A-Class. Even the 14 car Rockwell, 35 spots on the day, up 14 spots in class. The 10 car for Rockwell, nice job, 30 spots on overall, 12 on class. Yoda Sport 3, 34 spots in the overall, 15 spots in the C class. So a lot of teams. Shake and Bake Racing, 569. Haven't been the fastest team all day, but these guys have continued to stay after it. 25 spots in the overall, 4 in B class. So good run for those guys.
Yeah, I still see an emergency vehicle over there now in 7 for some reason. So there's some delay here on this 35, and the clock is ticking, and it's really sinking these guys that were hoping that they might be able to make up some ground in this last hour. Still looking at it, and there might be something on the racetrack here, Kyle. It could be there's some debris on the track that's causing them to pause here, because we don't have any other reports at this point of anything else. This is turn 7. This is as the cars are. No, this is they're at the base of 6 here, so
almost.
They're still down in the same spot.
But looking from our turn 7 camera down in there, so which is a great view and shows you the little bit of banking through 6 and up the little bit of climb there to the 7 right-hander.
Yeah, we were watching them here from the 6 camera, and then that equipment left, but not really. It's actually still there. It's just out of view from that particular camera.
Yeah, you got to wonder if some fluid got dropped or something, or
yeah, something's going on here. They may be doing some work off camera, and if they're working on that barrier, if they actually made it all the way to the barrier, I suppose it's possible. It's quite a journey, but if they made it to the barrier, you are coming in there pretty fast. They might be working on it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with that. With the pea gravel over there, you can't take that heavy truck over there. It would get buried and sunk in there.
Yeah.
And then we'd have a bigger problem. So they kind of have to stay off onto the racetrack or even right at the edge of the pavement, and then they have to kind of work themselves over there. Although I'm seeing a car. Yeah, they look like there was a car over there because there's one of the crew coming back. So maybe they were trying to help push somebody out of there.
Tug them out or something, push them, yeah. We noticed he was doing a lot of waggling. Like when you try to get the rocks out?
Yeah, so I bet you he got it.
That's probably what it was.
Yep.
So that might have been the 286 carb getting released. Like you say, catch and release like a fish. You throw it back out there. It might be back on track now.
Well, let's see what happens, because Average Joe's is now on the same lap, and so is the John Allen Special. So, and the 286 has got to be careful, because we talked about that that gravel is very fine, and if you go too fast until you get it out of there, that can get up in there and tear up some equipment.
Yeah, they're not carrying anything back. So I think they let that car go.
I think they did too. I think that's the 286 right up there in front. I think he's just creeping back to the pitch, just trying to go slow, trying to get those rocks out of there.
Might not even go to the pits. He might be able to continue.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like here.
We're not cautioned yet. We've got some EVs still on the track here. They might be trying to get back to position before we can do anything. Unless there's something else going on in another part of the racetrack. It just looks like they're trying to get back to where they were.
It looked like they got to a cutout there at 7, because I saw a couple of them going up an access road.
Yeah, they didn't take the shortcut right there, I expected.
I wonder if this is a different crew that got dispatched. Or maybe somebody else is stalled on the racetrack.
Well, let's see. They're rounding the bend here. So here's coming at 7. And this is leaving 7.
Let's see where they go here.
Yeah, they're just still going.
So they're headed up through 8 and 9. I wonder if they got... You know what this might be, Paulie? These might be the guys that got dispatched from 10.
Yeah, because I saw somebody going off to the left to our right there. Let's see what they're going to do. This truck could go down to 10 and just leave the track down there.
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. He's to the... Because he's to the left of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if he was going to go off there in 10, he probably wouldn't get in front of those guys, so we'll have to... Well, maybe he's going to wait for an opening here. No, he's continuing on.
Oh.
Nope. Okay, so what he's doing is he's waiting to probably back in that opening, I bet. Or there's...
Here comes another vehicle. Oh, they're getting out.
There's a car.
There must be a stranded soldier down there, too. Yeah, we can't quite see it very well from either camera, but they're tending to another car down there that's not been indicated, apparently.
So we'll have to see if we can find out more information on that.
That would explain why he was, staying over to the left there. And they kept coming around the track. So this is going to stretch it out even further. We're going to go ahead and make our final commercial break of this race and come back and see who's going to win this thing. It just doesn't seem to want to end, does it? Just this one drama after another. I think we should do another hour.
Yeah,
I mean, this is just getting so much good.
Yeah, let's just round out the.
Let's just keep going.
Let's just do 2 hours. Let's just keep rolling.
Let's just keep doing it. I'm not done. Are you?
Yeah, let's keep rolling.
Let's just keep going. All right, we're gonna do that. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Stay with us.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Jamie's on edge. It's her first time changing her own oil, but she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helps her find a deal on what she needs to get the job done right.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At Parts Badger, we're not your typical machine shop. When a market-leading mountain bike manufacturer was looking to reshore their hardware components, they turned to PartsBadger. Within weeks, we had deployed a dedicated manufacturing cell, ramped up production, and had guaranteed capacity to meet their demand. We're looking to be your manufacturing partner. See what we can do for you and your company at PartsBadger.com.
Want to get started streaming your races or make your current live stream more captivating? We've helped hundreds of drivers create engaging live streams. It's simple. Create a new stream event, grab your camera, and start streaming. Head over to myraces.live to sign up for a free account. Or join us in our community Discord. Stream, share, engage.
Dave's Twitch is back. That's because his wipers need replacing. But he went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner guides him to the right wipers and makes sure everything is working smoothly.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. With our unmatched selection of branded products, finding what fits your vehicle and is right for you and how and where you drive has never been easier. Through helpful online shopping tools that include our professional hands-on reviews done at the introduction of a tire and consumer reviews that give real-world feedback over the life of the tire, you can make the right tire choice and find exactly what you need. And if you prefer to talk to someone, our tire testers, our sales team, are available on the phone. And that's how we get you the right tire for you and your vehicle for where and how you drive.
Whew, George is fed up. And so is Junior. They weren't planning on having to replace their brakes today. But they went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Renee, helps them find a great deal on Duralast gold pads and rotors. No headaches, just the right parts, and friendly service.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I think I'm going to try buying tires online.
TireRack.com can help you with that.
I guess I could buy the same ones I have.
No need to guess.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
I mean, I am no tire expert.
You don't have to be. We've tested and rated thousands of tires.
Answer a few questions and you're good to go.
Someone should invent a tire decision guide or something.
Can he not hear us?
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The Jimenez family are having battery issues. But a friendly AutoZoner tests their battery and helps them find the right Duralast battery to get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
All right, welcome back to the party here, folks. Welcome back to ChampCar.Live, and it's crazy. We're back to now we're back to yellow. Okay, we're at caution. Let's see what's going on. 86, turn 10. So that's Brew Crew Racing back to code 35. Man, we were green for just a moment there. So turn 10. We'll go take a look at 10 again.
All right, I'm looking up at 11 this time. I'm not seeing anything. I saw a car dive off the pit road. So I'm not sure where the car's sitting.
Well, the last time they picked them up, they were actually at 11. And I think the person that's typing 10 doesn't realize they're typing 10. They should be typing 11.
They might actually be They might actually be up at 11. Yeah, there's a little bit of light, but there's a constant light under the bridge that's not normally there. So I'm wondering if it's stuck up. No, maybe not. I'm wrong. Okay. Unless it's off down the hill just a little bit.
Yeah. Here comes the cavalry. No, we got a car down there. Is that? What's that? Is that?
That's one of the.
Looks like a truck.
That's one of the safety workers because that's where the turn 10 guys are dispatched.
Yeah. So he's zipping over there. Zippity doo dah.
Yeah,
I think they're typing 10, but they mean 11 because it's actually up at the hill here.
We've got an onboard with Brew Crew, right?
Yeah, I think we have one here. We did. Let me see what I can find here. Put our best people on it for you folks.
Talk to those guys in that production truck and see if they can find us a shot.
We're not done yet.
All right, so while we're waiting on that, Rockwell Autosport Development continues to lead this race by 44.5 seconds over Soggy Bottom Boys. And then 52.5 seconds behind them is Tater Racing. We still have 3 cars on the lead lap here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. And then RVA Graphics, the 311 car, the sister car that dominated this race, is out. They fell out, but the 311 is still running in 4th place. Bulldog Racing has worked themselves up into the top 5. They've consistently been there. Madwag Motorsports, your leading A-Class car, is in 6th in the overall and is the only other class car outside of C that is inside the overall top 10. Running Bulls Racing in 7th, Turning Concepts in 8th. And Average Joe's is now up to 9th. They've surpassed Calvin Ball and 45th Parallel. Calvin Ball is actually in the pits themselves right now.
Yeah, we got a smoker in the pits, too. There's a lot of people looking over the hood, and what's coming out from under the hood is a lot of steam.
I think that's Warriors in Motion. That does not look like a good end of the day for them. So, and then your leading B-Class car, the John Allen Special, is in 12th in the overall right now. So, Les, if everything works out in about 20 minutes, buddy, you're going to get yourself a B-Class victory here today.
Okay, and it looks like the car's being towed in, and it's dark. There are no lights on the car.
It is Brew Crew.
They are being towed in. And
they must have been way off there to the left of where we couldn't see them there before 11.
Well, if I point a camera up there, there's nothing. You see him for just a second or two. You wouldn't even a second. So I didn't bother putting a camera pointing up at the backside of the bridge from where that other camera was at. But we missed a few shots there, didn't we? All right. So is it pretty cold? Yeah, I would say it's pretty chilly. I haven't looked at the thermometer here.
All right, so right here it is 39 degrees, feels like 34, so just a hair above freezing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, back to green here, folks.
20 minutes to go.
All right, 20 minutes to go. Oh, and there's a car coming out of the pits, trying to blend in there.
That might be...
I don't know. The Brew Crew's still getting towed in. At least this one is. Looks like they're being taken behind the wall there. That the one of the access roads that leads you up into the paddock area.
That might have been Calvin Ball Motorsports that was just coming off pit road.
Oh, okay.
So that will drop them out of the top 10. And ironically, that's going to put 45th Parallel back into the top 10.
It's just give and take, isn't it?
All right, so let's see when they come by next time. Let's see what the gap is from Rockwell Autosport Development back to Soggy Bottom Boys. It showed last time by that Tater Racing was 27.5 seconds back of Soggy Bottom Boys. We'll have to see what happens here. Now, Rockwell has to continue to push. So, but again, we're seeing this trend where they'll kind of go up a little bit and then they'll go down. We think they're playing a tire conservation game where they'll just push it a little bit and then they'll cool those tires off to try to take care and, you know, let Soggy Bottom Boys get in just a little bit, and then they'll stretch it back out. So it's kind of a mind game that they're playing with these guys.
So there was a 4 off and continue noted for car number 14 in turn 7. I don't have that on my sheet, but I think 14 used to be a Rockwell number. But anyway, maybe I'm mistaken.
No, you're right. 14 is one of the Rockwell cars, and the 64, that's coming up. That's open throttle. That's Cherry.
So there's still stuff going on here, guys. Oh, it's so for the 64, it's leaving a fluid trail. But for the 14 car, it's over at 7. It's just a 4 off and continue. They've black flagged car number 64 for leaving a fluid trail.
All right, so 44.6 seconds separates Soggy Bottom Boys from Rockwell Autosport Development. The last lap for Soggy Bottom Boys was a 1:44.87. We'll have to see what Rockwell is this time. By now, they're on the same lap. This isn't like what we saw at Sebring or VIR where there's a little bit of lap separation. Any little bit of traffic, any little bit of problem, Soggy Bottom Boys will be on the back bumper, knocking on the door for a victory here tonight. And same with Tater Racing. You have 3 cars technically in contention for this race. One slip, and the game changes. So the next closest battle on the racetrack is the John Allen Special, is about 1.2 seconds back of the 715, the Rockwell Autosport Development car. There's about a 3.5 to 4 lap separation in lap time. So we'll have to see how that pans out as we've gone back green. Last lap time for Rockwell was a 1:41.14, so it looks like they've cooled those tires off enough to where they can kind of start putting down a little bit faster times here. See what Soggy Bottom responds with. Still waiting on him to come by. Up to 49.7 seconds, 1:46.2 that time. That's not going to get it done, fellas. So now, based on the trend that we've been seeing, you'll probably see Rockwell. They'll call it in. I'm sure somebody's on the radio telling Alex, all right, he just ran a 46.2. Back it down a little bit. So you'll probably see that 12 car ease it back down to that 43, 44 second range. Probably cool those tires off for a lap or so, and then they'll wind it up again as needed. And then behind that, 28.4 seconds. So essentially 28.5 back from Soggy Bottom to Tater. Tater ran a 45.2, so about a second faster than Soggy Bottom.
Looks like Parts Badger managed to get back out there.
Next closest battle on the racetrack here, farther back from what we're looking at with the leaders, is O Squared Racing, is 8.2 seconds back of the 14, the Rockwell car, and that's a battle for 24th in the overall position. And then behind that, Yoda Sport 3 is only 4 seconds back of Cannonball Club Racing, and they're in the pit, so that's going to elevate Yoda Sport up to the 33rd position. It's getting interesting, guys. All right, back up front here, and that's what I anticipated just looking at the lap time. 43.85 last lap, so they called in and told Alex, back it back down, cool those tires off, take care of it for us. Still got 15 minutes to go. So now that's 50.4 seconds, and still, even backing it off, Soggy Bottom responded with a 44.4, still slower than what Rockwell pulled out. We'll see what Tater responds with coming as they come to the line this time. Still waiting for them to come by. All right, 46.46 last time, so 30.3 seconds separation from Soggy Bottom Boys back to Tater Racing. If Rockwell can continue to run this pace, they should be able to hold on, but they've got to not when you back off, sometimes when you ease back and you dial it back, that can throw your rhythm off a little bit. And then situations like this where you catch some traffic and really questionable spots coming up the hill there. We saw the Mustang, the 55, was going to dive out and get by one of the open throttle cars, but then Parts Badger kind of caught him going up the hill.
So we still got Fawn leading EC.
Yep, Fawn Group Motorsports still leads EC, almost a 17-lap lead. So pretty much at this point, Fawn Group is pretty much locked down the EC class. Yoda Sport is in second in the 204, so they're pretty much a lock for second place. And then Team Octane is 6 laps up on Open Throttle Cherry at this point. Now that's not necessarily, it's 6 laps. It's not a complete lock at this point, but I would say in the next 5 minutes you could pretty much lock that one down. But just, I mean, Fawn Group hasn't put a foot wrong all day long. They got out front, and that's where they've been since essentially the green flag. All right, here we go. 42.35 this time by. Soggy Bottom Boys responded this time by with a 42.78. Looks like they got themselves a clear traffic, and they were able to work through pretty well. It's still 50.8 seconds, but only separated by about 0.4 of a second. And then Tater Racing ran a 50 flat. They're 37 seconds back. So at this point, it's going to come down to, again, unless something drastic happens, it's going to come down to Soggy Bottom Boys and Rockwell Autosport Development. But Tater Racing, if something happens, they are right there. They're all within the same lap. So one slip, somebody goes off, somebody spins, somebody gets hit in traffic. The game changes, folks. 12 minutes is still a long time with under 2-minute laps here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta.
Yep, slinking through the S's here.
So Rockwell, the 715 car, the sister car, is about 31 seconds back of 45th Parallel Racing, and they're about 1.3 seconds quicker last lap. And then John Allen Special is about 14 seconds back. That gap has grown a little bit from the 715 to the 80 car. Calvin Ball Motorsports continues to tumble down the order a little bit. They're on the same lap. Birmingham is probably going to surpass them here in the next couple of minutes. And then there should still be a little bit of time left that Team Infinity may move up into the 14th spot. So Ed's guys, if they keep pushing, should still be able to get one more spot. All right, 41.68 last lap for Rockwell Autosport. It just, and again, they run that lap, they get a little bit more of a gap, and then because the gap grew, it's up to 52.1 seconds. They're just trying to continue to inch the gap up, give that little bit of insurance policy to where if they get caught in some traffic, they can just be patient. I mean, we're 10 minutes to go at this point. We'll have to see what the response is here.
Yeah.
43.22 this time by. Let's see what Soggy Bottom responds with.
Thanks, Timothy. We appreciate it. Appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you at one of the racetracks coming up, man. Hope to see you at Road America this year. $9.50. Just 10 minutes left before we see that checkered flag to bring this race to conclusion. This has been a hard-fought race for everybody. The weather has certainly agreed today. It was a clear day, a little cool, but that seems to have suited most of the racers out there. And so weather condition-wise, it was really quite good. But we've seen our fair share of attrition, and racing can be a cruel mistress for sure. We've seen it strike so many teams over the years with mechanical failures and so on, and mistakes that can be made. And so now we're just closing down the final few minutes here.
0.02 of a second separated last time by from Rockwell Autosport to Soggy Bottom Boys. A 1:43.22.3 to a 1:43.24.245.
Yeah, they're really holding them off here, aren't they? It's sort of a cat and mouse game. That's what it looks like. You can see the smoke coming out from underneath the hood of the, we believe that's the Calvindale guys. Or is it Calvin Ball?
I think that's
Calvin
Warriors
Ball.
in Motion.
Oh, it's Warriors in Motion.
I'm seeing an EC on the front, if I can read that correctly.
All right.
142.01 last lap, coming to complete 394 this time. There might be time. We might get to 400 laps, which is crazy for a 14-hour race.
Yeah, let's see, what would that be if I multiply that out? Let's see, take a calculator.
All right, 43.10 last lap, so the gap is still increasing. Rockwell was a 42.01, essentially a 42 flat, so 53.2 seconds. Still got to just continue to push it at this point. Rockwell's got to just stay on cruise control. They just have to maintain the gap at this point to hang on to it.
So they will have driven on the next lap 1,003.3 miles today as they cross over this 395th lap rather. The leader will have driven 1,003 miles, 1,003.3. So at 394, because it's a 2.5 mile circuit, they have driven 1,000 miles.
That's wild.
Today. It's
even
the Road Atlanta 1000.
It's Bathurst with all the elevation change. It's the American Bathurst. It's the American Bathurst 1000. That's wild.
That's crazy.
It's Gran Turismo all over again. See Parts Badger trying to work by the 55 car again. That's the EC car. RPM Auto Works. Got a run on him. Got him. All right, 45.7 last lap. Rockwell has backed it down. I think they pretty much know that at this point they're on cruise control. We'll see if they maybe push one more lap to see. 42.02 last time for Soggy Bottom Boys. They gained about 3 seconds, but not going to be enough.
No, they're 49 seconds behind. That's not going to happen. And I would agree with you at this point. If I'm Rockwell, I'm just gonna bring it home. They've made the point.
But they still have to stay moving. There's no margin of error. Even with 5 minutes to go, you still have to push it to an extent. They can dial it back a little bit, but not much, because one slip, and then all of a sudden, if you go off, if you get into something, you're done. 43.53 last time for Tater Racing. This has been so much fun to watch, folks. And even RVA Graphics has been pushing, and they've gained a lap on these guys with the Code 35s and everything. Coming down the hill here, still on board with Parts Badger as they work through some of the traffic.
Thanks, Timothy. Yeah, if you guys want to hit that like button for me, it does wonders for my self-esteem. I appreciate it. And it helps me keep my job, I guess. Probably not.
All right,
but I appreciate it.
44.19 that last time. Still, picked up a little bit, but still within that margin of error, I would say, as they just laid down 396. Not sure if we're going to get to that 400 mark, Paulie. I think we're going to get just on the cusp of it.
Yeah, just a few minutes left here. Unofficially, 5 minutes and 23 seconds remain unofficially. As we count down the laps here with Rockwell Autosport Development leading the way in the number 12. And we're all just hoping for a green finish.
And Paulie, we do have a marching ants, and we have. Do we have a car stopped?
If we do, they're probably.
Oh no, that's
leave
safety. Never mind. All right, so we're gonna try to find the leader here. I know we, caught a little bit of grief for this at Sebring, but we're gonna try to find the leader and see if we can call this thing home.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult in these dark conditions to find them, and there's some cars that look the same. You got so many of them out there. But that's okay. What we're going to do is keep an eye on the starter for you so that we get that checkered flag.
From what we're tracking, Paulie, leader, the 12 car, should be up going through the S's, coming through the 4-5 combination.
Okay. That might have been them. Sound like a Porsche to me. I'm calling it. That was them. Thanks, Timothy. Out to 7. Whoa, hey, keep it on the...
Big hop right there. Not sure who that was.
I think it was Turning Concepts, the sister car, testing out the agriculture over there. Down the bottom of the hill here at 10. Looks like there's a couple flaggers actually standing out there, ready to bring this one to a close at the top of the hour. And I'm showing we're right on top of it. Where's the one to go? I'm not seeing it. I should be really close here, folks, to bringing this thing to a close.
The 227 car slow on the front straightaway, Paulie.
Okay,
he's off the pace.
I see it. They'll let him go. All right. So they're calling around the leader. Here's the white flag. Now that's going to be for just letting them know we've got a slow car that's out ahead.
And he has no running lights in the back, so everybody's got to be really careful coming to one.
Track right. Tell your drivers, track right. You got a car on the front straightaway moving slowly. We're down to the close of the race. Rockwell Autosport Development worked their way up through the field gradually to finally capture the race as RVA Graphics and Wraps fell to the wayside after leading the majority of this race. And as we made it into the evening here, Rockwell Autosport Development took over the lead of the race and is working their way around this laptop. After 1,000 miles of racing, Rockwell Autosport Development takes the win for the 2026 Parts Badger 14-hour Enduro at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Madwag is going to take Class A. John Allen Special will capture B class.
Congratulations, Les Epps. The less is more, Cam. Great B class victory today. We're proud of you, buddy. Heck of a drive, man. That was awesome.
Rockwell Autosport Development will capture C class. Team Infinity will come away winning D class. And Edmondson's going to win F class, with Fawn Group putting on a clinic for EC, capturing EC class. So after 14 hours of endurance road racing here at Road Atlanta, it's Rockwell Autosport Development taking the overall win. So congratulations to those guys as the checkered flag flies for everyone who manages to finish this race this weekend. And for many of the teams out here, it's a huge accomplishment as there's your D-Class winner taking the checkered now. Just to finish a race like this is a huge accomplishment. So we want to offer our congratulations to everybody that came out today and participated and managed to bring their car across the finish line under that checkered flag. Yeah, so congratulations, everybody. We want to thank everybody for joining us here this weekend on ChampCar.Live. And Kyle, I want to say thanks to you. Great job, as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Excellent show. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. We had some awesome numbers again today.
Yep.
Thank you to all of our friends at AutoZone for partnering with us. Paulie, you did it again, buddy.
Thanks, Les. You did a great job. Appreciate you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. So for all of our friends and supporters for AutoZone, we just want to say thank you, and we're going to see you again. This time it's going to be at Daytona International Raceway, but until then, for Kyle Lockrow and Les Epps, I'm Paul Belton saying so long, folks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.